6 miles from the border. It's Patrick, and I want to wish everyone a wonderful day. I hope today finds everyone healthy, happy, and whole. Talking is hard, right? Happy Tanto Titanium Tuesday. There we go. Um, Mainly just because I like to carry the Chavez on Tuesdays, and it is one big old honky thick chunk of titanium and a Tanto and M390. A very wonderful knife. I see a like there. Thank you. That means someone's here, even though YouTube hasn't told me who it is yet. Please say hi so I know who you are. And welcome. A couple people here. Thank you. I want to wish everyone a wonderful day. I hope today finds you healthy, happy, and whole. Good morning, Ed. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you all for helping me get over the 1K point. Now we got to crank the hours. So that is what I'm doing. Well, I'll try to entertain too. Don't want to not, entertain, of course. Hi, Mo. How are you? Now, Mo, is your name Trish? Am I getting that right? Because I'm bad with names and I don't want to misname you. Um, but if that's it, I'll try to remember it because my name's Pat, and so Patricia will stick in my head. Um, anyway, let me know. And so yeah, flipping the Chavez. Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. Hey Trish. So flipping the Chavez today. I rock. I don't know about other people. It does come with the flat clip, which actually is a pretty cool clip. But I like rocking the skull clip. I just think if you're gonna carry a guy's designs, you should carry it with his stuff. I don't know. What do you all think? I like to do that. So I did bring a couple of other knives today to hang out and talk about. Um, of course, I will talk about any topic anyone wants to bring up. If you want to talk about stuff, I love talking about stuff. I enjoy talking about medical things. If you want to talk about medical stuff, I can tell you stories and/or talk about medical stuff as well. And I want to just entertain and wish everyone a good morning while we hang out this morning. Flipping knives. What's everyone carrying this morning? Feel free to throw it in the chat and let me know. I would love to see and what you're carrying on this titanium Tanto Tuesday. If you recall, I'm coming to you live from South Texas, so here we are, pretty close to the Mexican border. Nice and hot and sunny, with the expected high today to only be around 106. So shouldn't be too bad today. Actually, oh, there you go. Cool, Mo. Trish. 106 today. I know it's hot everywhere. Arizona usually has us beat down here, but we are near the coast, so we get the trade-off. We get extra humidity, but we get a good breeze coming in, and there's almost always constantly air movement when it gets to be this hot. So, Spider Coat emphasis. You know what, Mr. Skullfire? I brought my first Spider Coat, in fact, my first good knife with me today, which was a Spyderco. And so I find that interesting. Very, very interesting. In fact, let me pull that out here and show you. It was the Spyderco Tenacious, and it comes with a story, which I will talk about a little bit later. But yeah, Tenacious is a good knife. The emphasis, good knives. Any of Spyderco stuff's good. Gonzo, hello. How are you doing? I hope you are well. Knives are life. Hey, thank you. A Hawk shortcut. Nice. Tactile Bexar. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Ed, the man, the myth. Knives are life. I hope you are subscribed. Please, if you are not, make sure that you are. We need to keep everyone, and I got to keep pushing for subscriptions because, YouTube will unsubscribe people. So please, if you're not subscribed, please go and subscribe. And thank you for sharing your Tuesday morning with me and flipping knives and discussing knives. So you are awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I can't thank you all so much for getting me over the 1K point. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how we do on hours. I'll give it 2-3 weeks to see how I'm cranking on the hours. I have my doubts that I'm going to be able to get to the 3K hours by the time that I want to run the giveaway. So I'll just probably run the giveaway anyway, even if we're not at the 3K hours. And it is what it is. I kind of wanted to allow people to subscribe and have super chats and all that by the time I ran the giveaway, right? Just yeah, makes sense, right? But if I'm not able to get all that done, and I won't get it done. We'll see where we are at that point. I do want to get some shirts made. I'm thinking about hitting up Blue, but I also have someone else who can do shirts for me, so I'm kind of balancing that out. Small business support. Um, no, we're close, Mr. Skullfire. You know what? Watch. So this live stream, if we go for 30 minutes, right? Just to give you an idea how hard this is to do. If we go for 30 minutes on this live stream, okay, and I have an average of 10 people in here the whole time, that's 300 minutes, right? Okay, so what is that? 3.5, 4.5 hours, 4.5 hours. So if I do that 5 days a week, 6 days a week, that's going to be 40 to 50 hours a week. Getting to 3,000 hours. If no one else is going and watching my other videos, which by the way, please go watch those other videos. Slap them on loop or something. That's how we'll get there. If we're just doing the live stream, I was calculating it'd take like a year to get there. I'm not going to make people wait a year for a giveaway that I promised everybody and I've been promoting. So I'll probably have to do two different giveaways, one for the 1K and then one for the 3,000 hours when it comes up, right? But I do have some other things I want to get together before I do the 1K giveaway, and I want to give it a good run and see how we do on cranking up the hours and getting people watching. If you go back and watch all my old videos, part of the problem is that I did short videos. So if you watch 100 of my videos and they're all about 1 or 2 minutes long, you're going to get 100 minutes in. Boy, thank you for giving me an hour of your time, 2 hours. I really do appreciate it. But you watched 100 videos. That's crazy. And so yeah, I'm very, very understanding at where we're at, and so we'll just have to see how it goes over the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so. And by then, if it's not really cranking on the hours, I'm going to run the giveaway anyway. There's just no way I'm going to make people wait. I'm not like that, and I wouldn't want to do that. I don't play games like that. Hi, Blue. I hope you are well. Everyone else who's come in, I see a bunch of people have been popping in. You can see I'm flipping the Chavez Liberation Street, I think significating, is that a word? Signifying Tanto, but I'm not sure. So you guys can let me know on that if I'm accurate or not. Everyone else who's here, please say hi and tell me what you're carrying today. I would love to know. I'm going to talk about some knives. First of all, if you watched my stream yesterday, if you didn't, sorry, go back and watch it. But I was talking about out the fronts, and I had mentioned that I had lost my UTX 85. Well, guess what? I found it. So here it is. Yeah, I made an effort and searched for it, and I had just simply set it down in a bad place. Actually, I had been looking to gather together some hanks to work on for the giveaway, which I'll be posting a pre-announcement, I guess, if you will, a video today about the giveaway. So go watch it. It's only about 3 minutes long. I ain't gonna crank up a lot of time, but if you put it on loop for 2 hours, it might. Anyway, but yeah, the UTX 85 is a freaking incredible OTF. I like it better than the Ultratech. I had both. I sold my Ultratech. The Ultratech is just a little bit big for me. Someone with slightly bigger hands would prefer it. I'm sure. I'm not a huge guy. So anyway, it's in LMAX, and you will also be getting a Super Steel video coming up here in the next week or so, which will be discussing steels, including LMAX, and I'll be showing off some of the different steels in my collection. For a while, I was collecting by steel type, just so I could have the full range of steels and kind of get a feel for which steels were good because I love them. Let's see, Gonzo is carrying a McNeese Mac 2 3.5, the Ultratech ZBP, and a Kimber CDS 9. Very nice. Very, very nice. Gotta enjoy it. Yeah, I don't know how people feel about Microtech now. Microtech seems like it was on top for a while, and then everyone remember Little Fit Devil. If you don't, you might want to check out her stuff. She likes to show off her body in bikinis. Not to offend anybody, but it's all in her. I mean, she does it. By the way, she's a doctor and a PhD. So, yeah, don't believe everything you see with your eyes. You pay attention to what's going on around you. Yeah, that's Dr. Carla, Little Fit Devil over there. Anyway, she what brought that up? Oh my God. What was I talking about? I was gonna say something about it. Anyway, she was working with Microtech. That's what it was. and she was trying to do their marketing, and I guess they just really wanted her as a show figure on the floors of the conventions or something, because they didn't give her, I guess, a budget, or they didn't really help her with the kind of marketing stuff, or maybe she just didn't do a good job. I don't know, but it kind of fell through. I would love to have an 80/20, not a 20.5. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Mo. I would love to have Trish. I would love to have one of those too. The Microtech fanboy. Yeah. So I was just gonna say I don't know, but then there are some other issues. Have been some falling out and stuff. If you are a big fanboy, Gonzo, I've got a UTX 70. I need to send back to them for warranty care and to repair a spring. I guess it's a broken spring, and so I didn't know. Have you had any experience with their warranties? Because I would like to know what their warranty is like. Hi, blessed. Welcome, 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 welcome. Sorry it takes me so long to say hi, but I like to prattle on, and this thing probably doesn't give me notices in a timely manner. It seems to run behind, and I've noticed on other people's live streams that it runs a goodness like 30 to 45 seconds behind sometimes. Great warranty service. Okay, I'll try and contact them. I'm not even sure if I have the original receipt on it. It's been 8 years since I bought the thing. I see a Tanto. Yes, you do. That's why I flipped it back up here. This is the Chavez Liberation Street. It is my favorite Tanto. I have like 4 or 5 of them, but it is one big thick chunk of titanium, solid, no milling, and it's a really nice knife. The action on it's wonderful. The blade design, it is a hollow grind. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. You can see the hollow grind. It's a hollow grind, very slicey M390. Good knife. Don't need any of that. Just get in contact and okay, Gonzo. All right. Yep, that's what I'll do then. I wasn't sure. I've been dreading the process. I'll probably do a video on it too, just because it's kind of fun and it puts them to the test, right? And then we can see for the community how it goes, and I'll let everybody know. I'm not seeing Thomas Gates, so I don't know who that is. In the cartel, Blue Knives Are Alive. Okay, Thomas Gates. I'm not sure who Thomas is, so if you are good content as well, Microtech. I noticed that. I have seen it. I really love the older stuff where they that blessed is Thomas. Hi, Thomas. I will not remember your name. I'll do my best, but I am horrible, horrible with names. And so if you all keep telling me over and over again, eventually I'll get it. And I've told this story before, Thomas, but I have a facial agnosia type of problem, but it's actually with name association with people. I just never learned to associate, you know, names of people because of a visual deficit when I was younger. And I learned to watch people move, which feeds into me being a physical therapist because that's what I do for a living. I get paid to watch people move. So God blesses us in each in different ways, right? So, but yeah, anyway, so yeah, we'll see if Microtech. We'll see how they do on honoring their warranty. I hope they do a good job so that I can speak proudly of them. Let's see. I also wanted to talk about my first knife that got me into good knives, and that is the Spyderco Tenacious. So I had the cheaper gas station knives, with the medical symbol on them and everything, thinking they were wonderful. And then I started watching Nick Chavez. And boy, was that a mistake. Do not get into watches, right? Oh, do not get into knives. I went down a long rabbit hole that's been a long time. Hey, Blue, no problem. Hey, you have a good one, and you have a wonderful day, and I will be in touch about getting some stuff together for the giveaway, okay? Because I definitely want to hit you up to have some stuff made when you have time. So we've got a few weeks before I'm going to get to that point, like I said. All right? I'll talk to you later on it, though. So, so after watching Chavez, I figured I should get something that's made out of something reasonable, and HCR was okay back then. That was in his own words, okay, and I had never had anything better. So I went and tracked down at a Walmart Tenacious. They were clearing out their drawer and were downsizing the knife section at that time. So after talking and visiting, being socially gregarious, And by the way, I tend to be introverted most of the time. You wouldn't think it watching this and knowing what I do for a living, but most of the rest of the time I just prefer to be alone. Just sit and play video games, read, do my paperwork. I just like to be alone, and it's really funny. But in an appropriate situation, I love to be outgoing. It's totally weird. So anyway, I was meeting this lady and talking to her, and she was downsizing the knives. And I shouldn't say it was my first good knife. My first good knife was actually probably the CRKT Fraction, which I'll have to track it down. I still have it. But I don't necessarily consider that all that good of a knife. It's an okay knife, But anyway, so I was talking to this lady, and she's like downsizing everything, and she's like, "Well, oh yeah, I can sell you that." And I think it was marked at like $45 or something. Like, let me give me a second here, and she pulls it up on a computer and she types a couple things in, and then she takes it out and she scans it and she sells it to me for $30. Then she clearanced it out on me and sold it to me for $30. So I got my first Spyderco. My first taste, if you will, was almost for free. And that's how they get you, right? The first one's free. After that, you're gonna pay. Um, and so yeah, I got my first Tenacious, which was my first really good knife, and started my love for Spyderco, which I adore Spyderco now. Have for years. I wish they would put some more exciting stuff out. I like their kind of ethnic line. It was a good one to start with. Yeah, Spyderco Tenacious is a freaking. I mean, it's super thin and slicey. I've sharpened the heck out. You can see. Can you see all the damage on this thing? No, it's actually showing up pretty good on there. You can see some scratches. There you go. I've used and sharpened the heck out of this thing. Um, my first Tanto to be free, almost free, almost free. You got to pay a little bit just so you know you got something worthwhile, right? Um. Anyway, so yeah, that was my first taste of really good knives, and boy, I fell in love deep, and so ever since it's been straight downhill, if you will, or uphill, more uphill. Spending a lot of money on knives. So, and then I brought one more knife to talk about, and then of course any topics you want to talk about, or hey Cheeto, did I see Cheeto in here? My phone hates Cheeto. He changes his name. Yeah, I have. I mean, at least he always includes Cheeto in the name, right? I mean, that at least is a good clue that it might be the same guy. So the other one I wanted to talk about is the QSP worker, and let's give the AI Instagram algorithm, whatever it is that, or YouTube algorithm, whatever does this, the sync to do this. So the QSP worker, it's an unusual knife, a beautiful design. It's N690 CO, nope, just N690, and blue G10 carbon fiber weave, which is just gorgeous, and it's a lockback with excellent action, everything. Um, and it's a wonderful knife. It does come with a clip, and it comes with a sheath. Both. I guess you can do it your way, whatever way you want. Um, this knife has a story as well. So I had just gotten going on Instagram, and I think I was around. By the way, I'm a whole nother story. I'll be happy to tell you. By the way, I'm shadow banned on Instagram. My channel has not changed or grown on Instagram in 5 years, 4 years. I guess since 21. No, 5 years. Yeah. So good morning, Dwayne. Hi. I like that knife. Thanks, Mr. Skullfire. It's a lockback. It's QSP, and if you're European, you it's a lockback. You can have it. It's one hand. I mean, it's a nail nick opening. Um, I guess I can snap it out if I really try. But yeah, it's a pretty good knife. I like it a lot. Anyway, so I was going on Instagram, and by the way, shadow ban story. I'll tell you another time. Um, and I won a giveaway, and it was one of those giveaways. It was a good one. It had really good stuff, and it was one of those where you had to join everybody on a list of like 20 Instagram sites, right? So apparently, I missed one. I'm gonna shout out Lou, Long Island knife guy, here in this story. So apparently, I missed one, and yeah. the guy was a total prick. He told me, "Oh, you won, but you didn't follow all the rules, so I'm kicking you out." And went on to then to blast it all over social media about it, right? So I got pissed because I had done everything right. I, just had somehow missed one while I was going down the stupid ass list of 20 people he wanted everyone to sub to, and so I got pissed, and so I blasted him out on social media, and he is Lou's a good guy. He stood up for me. He dove in, and we did some research. Turns out this guy that was doing this giveaway wasn't part of the knife community. Was a bit of a creep. There was a lot of stuff on his social media, on his Instagram, that was a little sketchy. It's been so long ago that I don't even remember the guy's name. It's been a really long time ago. Um, I don't really care. I mean, he closed his Instagram account after we were done with him, which was appropriate. It wasn't because of the knife and the giveaway that happened. This happened because the guy was sketchy to begin with. So what happened was we started digging into his stuff, and we found on a lot of his older stuff that he had been like there were like a series of rather candid pictures of young girls, like, I mean, 18, 19, 20. Looks like they were trying to do modeling, and he was promoting them as their as models, but it really just like he looked like he was taking advantage of them, from everything we could find. And so yeah, the guy was real sketchy and a creep, and he got taken out. So yeah, we don't like ugly people in the knife community. Yeah, be above board, be honest, be who you are. That's all good. But yeah, it was bad. But yeah, the giveaway, it was just, I mean, the guy was, yeah, I've won some nice stuff. And so what happened is I won another giveaway, which I don't know that I actually won, which I'm going to shout out another person, and that would be Shares Gear, Cheryl. She used to do Hanks, and I have a bunch of her Hanks, which I'm going to throw in some into the giveaway that I'm doing here. Yeah, the guy was a scammer, and he was just trying to get his Instagram account up so that he could then promote and do other stuff and show people. And so it was just nasty. And so glad he got caught out. So anyway, Shares Gear all of a sudden had a giveaway that I won, and basically I think she felt sorry for me, and I was so pissed off and upset because I was just starting out on Instagram. It was like going to leave me pretty jaded, with the whole thing. And so she had a giveaway in which I won this. Now, I won another of her giveaways and actually did win it, but this one I think was just her being nice and sending me a knife because she felt bad because I. Now she's on Instagram. She's got a gorgeous knife collection. If you want to check out her knife collection, share at Shares Gear. It's Chyeyrs or something like that. But you'll see her. She's done her knife collection alphabetically and by color and stuff over the Instagram thing, and she's got a gorgeous knife collection. She has some really really nice knives. So anyway, so the QSP worker, it is a good solid lockback made by and I think this might be the only lockback that QSP makes. I think all the rest of their knives, it's only like traditional style they make. I think all the rest of their knives are more the flippers and everything else. Which, by the way, the Penguin is probably the best budget knife of all time. Or one of the best. At least when it came out, it just rocked everything. I've got another knife that I think is probably a better budget knife, the LCK, the Ruger LCK, which I'll bring in and show on another live stream when I talk about crazy budget knives that you can't get anymore, which is a bummer because it's a good knife. Anyway, so on Instagram, I got banned. I got shadow banned, and it wasn't because of knives. You would think it was because of knives, right? Me posting knife pictures and reels. In fact, I was at one point on Instagram where they paid me for my reels. I had actually, it was like a promotional thing, but still, I made money at it, and it was like woohoo. Yeah, and then I posted a post in which I took two quarters because in 2021 they changed the facing. 21, no, it might have been 2020, 2019. They changed the facing of Washington on the quarter. And if anyone does heraldry and all that type of stuff, bar sinister facing to the left as opposed to turning to the right, which I can't even remember what that one is. It means stuff. And typically we've had the eagle with feathers or what do you call olive branches on the right hand and arrows on the left, which means, we'll fight when we have to and we want peace. So typically the right means peace and the left means war. And so I posted on Instagram a quick question. I put the two quarters side by side and I said, what the heck is going on? What does this mean? Why did they change the facing and not tell us? Does it mean something? I simply asked that question. I got attacked like you would not believe. It was shocking. It was truly shocking. That was the QSP worker. A worker. I have no affiliation. I don't have anything to do with QSP. This isn't a paid promotion, but it's just a really good knife. So all of my knives in my collection that I show you all, I have no affiliations with anybody, except I can get a 10% discount on Olights, which everyone can get once you get up to diamond level or whatever. So anyway, so I posted that question. I got attacked like you would not believe. It was like, what? Quarters have been facing both directions forever. It's whatever. And I was like, you're welcome. And it was like, wow, whatever. I mean, I have a coin collection. And I mean, I started coins before I started knives, right? Most people probably started coins early when they were kids, at least a little bit. And Washington quarters anyway, have always faced, to the right side if you're looking at the quarter, right? Until the last year of Joe Biden when they changed it. And again, not to talk politics, but that was when it happened. That's how I remember. When they changed it to facing the other side, meaning, again, are we going to war or what? And now you look at what's been happening and, oh, Lord, I don't like to talk politics and current events because it can cause conflict. But that question, and that's part of why I don't like talking about all that stuff more, is because that one question got me shadow banned. And it was shocking how fast. So my account had been growing by 30 a day or so. I was up to about 3,500 on my Instagram account when this happened. And you can go back on my Instagram account and find that very post and that picture. It was surprising. The day that all happened, my growth hit zero. And it has stayed at zero or negative ever since. In fact, I've lost about 500 subscribers over the time, to the point where, and this ties into my Instagram account only showing flowers anymore, which is an interesting. I hope you all will enjoy this little joke. So that got me banned. And so I just started posting flowers, and it just steadily dropped. I've had new subscribers, but it seems like for every new subscriber, they take one away. And so I'm now at like 3,015 subscribers, and I was up to 3,500 at one point. It was insane that they did that. So now I only post flowers. And so doing home health, I am at people's houses all the time, and I'm always seeing their flowers outside. And people grow an amazing variety of flowers down here in the Rio Grande Valley. Good morning, Brown Sugar. Good morning, Apex. Good morning, everyone else who has come in that is not posting in the chat, because I see quite a few people here, but no posts. Feel free to say hello and drop whatever you are carrying today on this happy Tanto Tuesday, with the Tanto being, for me, the titanium Tanto, being the Chavez Liberation Street. So back to the story. So I started posting only flowers, and the reason I see so many flowers is because I'm out doing my job, right? And so I started taking, and I'd been taking pictures of flowers for a long time. In fact, my Instagram kind of started with flowers and knives together, kind of like crimson and clover or leather and lace, right? Kind of this like dichotomy thing going on purpose. I thought it was kind of cool, and people did too. Obviously, my account was growing, and so when it stopped growing because of the shadow ban, I also had I had a hacker check it, a white hat, and yeah, he wanted a couple $100 to unban it. And I'm like, no thanks. But apparently he had to buy access to get it on the web, and I'm like, nah, that's cool. Don't worry about it. I don't care that much. Assholes. Anyway, excuse my language. Anyway, so I started posting only flowers, because if you know what a flower is, right? What is a flower, everybody? They are a plant's reproductive organs, right? So every morning, Monday through Saturday, I post I post something for the people at Instagram to see, and for everyone who enjoys flowers and wants to see a flower, please take it as I'm showing you a flower and wishing you a good morning. I'm also wishing everyone on Instagram a morning not so good, and I'm shoving plant genitalia in their face. Just my way of getting back at them, if you will, in a very pleasant and a good natured way. Yeah. So they can sit there and look at all of that they want. And if you go look at my Instagram, it is, I have thousands of pictures of flowers. And none of them are the same flower twice. You should go back and check it out, or go and check it out. I have some that are incredibly good pictures. So, but yeah, I decided I'm just going to start shoving that in their face because, hey, they deserve it. If they're going to shadow ban me, they deserve what they get. Yeah. So it is what it is. So it's getting close to time to wrap up. But let me go over the knives I had out again. First of all, I did find my Microtech UTX 85. Wonderful knife. If you're going to get a Microtech, I would recommend this for my sized hands over the Ultratech. But you know, it tastes very. I do like the Combat Troodon, so the full size or the Harris. Harris Heretic, whatever they are. I've played with both, and I like both. I was also talking about my first good knife today, which was the Spyderco Tenacious. Excellent knife, and it was a really, really good knife. Hi, Roger. Good to see you this morning, too. I hope that you're finds you well. I'll stay on for a few. Grumpy, long time, man. Grumpy, it's good to see you. I'm really happy you made my live stream. Please make them more. I'll be doing them every weekday, between 9:50 and 10:15 or so, depending on patience. So please jump in and come to my live streams. I would love. I'm trying to get my hours built up. You know how hard it is to get the hours in to do it. Give them stamen. Exactly, Dwayne. That's right. I'm just shoving that stamen in their face. Yeah, I know. It's silly, but it makes for a good story and it makes for fun times. And I have just a ton. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you being there, man. Grump who? Grump what? Um, it's just a little, I guess it's a little private joke I have. But I see so many flowers that I wanted to share flowers with the world because I see some beautiful flowers. And it's a great way to, if you will, stop and smell the roses. Instead of smelling them, well, I do smell them, but instead of smelling them only, I preserve a picture of them and I save it. And by posting them on Instagram, it's a great way for me to create a multi-annual album that has existed. So that's also my motivation. It's not just spiteful irritation with the people who shadow ban me. It's also because I want to post them and preserve a record of all the flowers I see because I see so many. And I do have some really cool ones on there if you want to scroll way back. There's one water lily I took a picture of that is shocking. It's like neon. It glows in the dark. And I do not edit. I crop, but I do not edit the lighting. I do not edit the saturation or anything like that on my pictures. I just leave them as I saw them and as the camera grabbed them. So anyway, Apex, hi. Did I say hi to you already? I probably did. So I was talking about how I had managed to get this. I got my Spyderco Tenacious for $30 direct from Walmart back in the day. It was a great story on just getting lucky on being at the right place at the right time and being friendly and meeting people. And so it just goes to show you if you're friendly with people, most of the time they're friendly back, and it's a really good thing. So, and then I was talking about the QSP worker, which was someone else being friendly to me. So that was kind of the theme today when I was thinking about what to grab to bring to talk to you all. Was about being nice to people and the whole DSKFS mentality, just being nice to people and everything. And people have been very nice to me over the years, and so it's nice to share that with everybody. Alrighty, I have got to wrap this up, guys. I got to get going. Have work to do, money to make, people to do, see, all that good stuff. I want to thank you all for spending this time with me and for subscribing and going. And please go watch my other videos. Let me jump back in here. You know what? I'll leave this on and let you all hang out and talk for a few more minutes if you want. I don't mind that at all. We can crank out the time that way for sure. I have to set this up to send it anyway. But I do want to say thank you to everyone who is popping out. I hope you have a very blessed day. God bless you all. And I will see you tomorrow about the same time. All right. So thank you all. Now I get to have you stare at my nostrils while I get this thing ready to send. By the way, I'll probably be cutting my hair off here real soon. It's about time to shave it off again. And the beard. Shave it all down. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day, and let's get this thing going. So, and I do pay attention when people post flowers. That's for sure, as well. Just because I am posting them, then I'm seeing what everyone else posts. So, all right, everyone, I'm gonna exit out of here, and that'll close down the stream. I wish you all well. Have a great day. Bye. Oh, have an absolutely wonderful day. I'm supposed to say my tagline on the way out. Bye.